Is the clutter in your bedroom triggering your ADHD? Are you frustrated with it? Here are 14 things that you can get rid of, that you can toss, that will make your room more clutter free. The first thing is books you don't read anymore, or just don't read in general. You may have them somewhere, keeping them and thinking, hey, I'm going to read them one day, but you have not picked it up in 5 years. You have not picked it up when you bought it and brought it home for the first time, and it just sits there and is taking up space. You might have an old chemistry book or history book, and you're just like, I'll just keep it because it was in high school, or, I might go back and read it sometime. You're not going to go back and read that book. It's taking up space. Go ahead and get rid of that stuff. Give it to someone, sell it, whatever you want to do with it. Now, you may be a person that really loves books and has a favorite author, and you know that you're going to go back and read those books. That's different. And another thing is that we have ebooks now. You don't need to have a physical copy of the book with you. You can actually just get an ebook, put in your phone, your tablet, wherever, and read it from there. And you also will have access to thousands of other books if you are a really avid reader. Unless you're just a collector and just want to have the book, you don't need it in your bedroom, and you can get rid of it, give it away, just put it in another room, but just don't have it in your bedroom because it does take up precious space that you might need for something else. And another thing that you can go ahead and toss is all the loose papers from work or from school that you just don't need anymore. You may have needed them at one time, and that's why they're in your room, but you're done with the assignment, you're done with your work project or whatever, and you just haven't gotten around to cleaning them up. But now what you need to do is take all those papers and throw them away, toss them, put them in trash cans, shred them, whatever you want to do with them. But you don't want them in your room because that just makes your room look a lot more cluttered. And something else that you can get rid of is all your old and outdated technology. I'm all for sentimental value, but the old Motorola StarTAC phone that you have, you're just not going to need anymore. We have better phones now. That phone has a green screen on it. You don't need it. Or maybe you have a VCR, but you don't own any VHS tapes. You have all Blu-rays and Ultra HD disc and all this kind of stuff, and you still have a VCR player that you're not going to use, haven't used in 5 or 6 years. Go ahead, get rid of it, sell whatever you want to do with it, but don't have it in your bedroom. And something else that you need to get rid of or toss is going to be all the exercise equipment that you don't use and you have no intention of using. I know way too many people that have a treadmill and it is just furniture now. It's not of any use. They don't use it. It just sits there. It gathers dust. It takes up a lot of space. And now it's just one big piece of clutter. Go ahead and get rid of it. Sell it. Someone else might want it. And something else that you need to toss out of your bedroom is going to be the pillows that are way past their time. You know, that one pillow that you might have that you just have sentimental value for. You just really like it. It's like your favorite pillow. You've had it a really long time. But when you actually go and lay on it, there's no fluff to it. It's almost like sleeping on a rock. It's just tattered and everything like that. And you know it's past time, but you love that pillow. Let it go. Get rid of that pillow. Throw it out. Get a new pillow. But don't keep these pillows, because if you have problems sleeping, this is not going to help trying to sleep on that pillow. And something else that you can toss or get out of your bedroom are gadgets you never use. It's that one gadget or a couple of gadgets you bought, you had to have, impulse buy. You thought they were so cool. They described it all cool. They gave you a great deal. You got it home and you just never used it. For example, say you have like a pillow fluffer. You've never used a pillow fluffer. You've never even brought it out. It's complicated to use. You got out, no instructions came with it or something, and you just never use it. And you just decided, hey, I'm going to fluff my own pillow. I don't need a pillow fluffer, but you have it. It's in your bedroom and it just takes up space. Get rid of it. Whatever you have to do to give it to somebody else or whatever you want to do with it, but don't have it in your bedroom just taking up space. And something else to toss from your bedroom are clothes you never wear, have no intention of wearing. They're just taking up space in your closet. You might have them on a chair, you just never put them up, and now they've become like a big huge pile of clothes on your chair. You might have them on your bed and you just have no intention of wearing, and they just sit there. Anyway, what I mean is that you have clothes that you don't intend to wear at all. So get rid of those clothes. And something else that you can toss from your bedroom is going to be all your excess hangers that you don't need, that are just taking up space in your closet. You may have clothes and you may think, okay, I need some extra hangers, but you have way too many hangers. And for me, I would always advocate for getting rid of wire hangers. And the reason I don't like them is because they get tangled, and they get tangled easily. Have you ever tried to reach for clothes and reach for one particular item and it's all tangled up because you have wire hangers that might be tangled up with 2 or 3 different things, and now you're trying to pull the one item, but you're pulling 2 or 3. And so now you have to untangle it right there on the clothes rack as you're trying to get the clothes off. And it's just so frustrating. That's not fun. And then if you do have them just laying about somewhere, they might just end up getting tangled in that way too. So for me, that's the first place I look to get rid of excess hangers. But in general, you should only have enough hangers for the clothes that you actually have, and maybe a few extra, just not a whole lot extra. And something else that you can toss from your bedroom is going to be all your broken stuff that's in there. It's broke. You don't need it anymore. You don't need to keep it around unless you plan to fix it. But it's been a year, you haven't fixed it. Also, you're not going to pay somebody to fix it at this point because you're just like, it's broken, I just haven't got rid of it yet. Or you just don't have the skills to fix it anyway, and so you just leave it there and it's stuck in your bedroom. You don't need that thing there. You don't need it taking up space there anymore, and it's time to just kind of let it go and let someone else have it, or just throw it out completely. But you want to get it out of your bedroom so it doesn't take up extra space. And something else that you can toss from your bedroom is stuff under your bed that's not useful. It just seems kind of hidden there because you just never get down and look under your bed. But once you do, you find all this stuff under there that you either didn't know that you had anymore, or just random stuff that is just under your bed and you know, hey, it's not useful. I got to go ahead and get rid of it or decide what I want to do with it. But if you find there's a lot of stuff under there, or just find even one thing under there that you have absolutely no use for, go ahead and get rid of that thing. If you find something under there that's useful, then keep that. And something else that you want to toss from your bedroom is all the little individual water bottles you have that are the plastic ones that you drink all the water out of them, or maybe a sports drink bottle that you've drank all the sports drink out of it, and you just have the bottle scattered around your bedroom. You probably have multiple of them in there. And speaking of things under your bed that aren't useful, sometimes these might end up there too, because you finish drinking one and just rolls under your bed and you don't know what's there until you look under there. They're like, wow, okay, I have a lot of these little water bottles on my bed and I got to get out. So the point is these things just take up space. They might be all over your bedroom, and then you have to go through and try to find out, okay, do I have some hidden under here and under there? And something else to toss from your bedroom is all the clutter on your nightstand if you have some. That means you may have come in and have all your change and thrown it on there from your pocketbook or wallet or whatever. You might have some water bottles there. You might have some candy wrappers there or whatever. Whatever is there, just cluttering up your nightstand. Go ahead and get rid of it. If it's something you still need, but you just have it all over your nightstand, go ahead, take it and put it into whatever place you need to have it, to where you can get to it and know that it's there. But don't leave it on your nightstand, because of the fact that you're going to look over and see all that stuff cluttered on there, and it's going to take you longer to find exactly what you need if you have all this other stuff on there as well. Have just the essentials on your nightstand, and take everything else and go ahead and get rid of it, move it into another room, throw it away, whatever you need to do with it. Just don't have it right there on the nightstand. Another thing that you can toss out of your bedroom is going to be all the extra remotes that you just don't use, or even if you don't know what they go to, or you know they go to something else in another room, or you just know, hey, I have these remotes and I've gotten rid of that thing. In any of those cases, you either want to take it to the place where the thing is that you can use it, or just toss it and get rid of it. You do not need 15 remotes, and this is a real life example because my dad, he has upstairs all these different remotes, and I don't know which thing goes with which remote or whatever, right? But I know it takes like 5 different remotes just to turn on the TV. And so going through that process is frustrating. I don't know how to do it. I have to go and ask every time how it works, and I still don't get it right because it's so complicated of a process because everything has hooked up there. Now, the other 10, I have no idea where they go. And so if you're in that situation and you are in that type of situation where you have 10, 15, even like less than 10, but more than 5 remotes, and you just don't have any idea, go ahead, go through them, figure out what goes to what. And something else that you can get rid of and toss is excess ties for yourself, or if your spouse has ties and they're just so many, might want to go through them and throw out the ones that you know that you're not going to wear or they're not going to wear, because everyone has their favorite tie or ties that they wear all the time. And then there's just some that you never wear. You're like, it was cool, you know, this time, but that's out of style now, or this one's kind of coming apart and you know, I keep it, but I just never just want to get rid of it, sentimental reasons, or you just don't know that you have it because you have all these other ties there. And so you just have this big rack of ties in your closet and it's just taking up space. Or if you don't have something like that, they're just taking up space, just spread all over everywhere. So go through and just get rid of the ones that you don't need or don't use, and only keep the few that you know you're going to wear or that you actually need. Now, this is not the only video I have on things about decluttering. I also have a video on 9 mistakes you want to avoid when decluttering, and it will help you have a more comfortable ADHD friendly home. And you can watch that video right here.